Welcome back to the Force Feed. In today's gaming news, Mark of the Ninja came to PC this week, the War Z Alpha begins and has its issues, War of the Roses gets its first content update in November, and Nintendo uses children to build the Wii U. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the show. It is Thursday, October the 18th, and my name is Force, here with today's gaming news. Before we go into the news today, though, I've got a little bit of a story to share with you. I'm sure you've noticed it's been a few days since the last episode, and there's a reason behind that. Not too long ago, I had a package go missing. I asked my neighbors, have you seen the package? They said no. I looked into my neighbor, and turns out he's got a history of, taking things. Yeah. So I asked him again, have you seen the package? He said no. I said, I think you're lying. He then said, I'm aggressive, and I don't take packages. I break into schools and houses. And so I called the cops. They got here, and turns out he's on parole, and if he does it again, he's going to jail. That's been my week. How are you guys doing? Let's go into the gaming news. First up today, the 2D stealth action game Mark of the Ninja has finally made its way over to PC. And guess what? It's pretty good. The 2D stealth action game Mark of the Ninja came to PC this past Tuesday, October the 16th. Mark of the Ninja was developed by Clay Entertainment, the same studio that made Shank and Shank 2. The game features stealth action and platforming while presenting players with a variety of options to accomplish the goals of each mission. You can get your copy of Mark of the Ninja right now via Steam for only $14.99. I took a look at Mark of the Ninja earlier in the week, and if you missed the video, I definitely suggest checking it out. And based on the viewer count, it looks like a lot of you missed it, so go watch it, will ya? Come on. Next up in news today, the alpha for the MMO zombie survival game, The War Z, has begun. It was met with quite a bit of issues and a little bit of controversy. The War Z pre-order alpha testing began this past Monday, October the 15th. The first day of alpha was riddled with issues that left many testers unable to play, which prompted the game's developer to apologize, saying, I don't even want to say it's alpha. Alpha for me means the game may be unbalanced, it may crash, but it still should be generally stable. To make matters worse, the developer came under fire for their user agreement, which had a link and required you to agree to the League of Legends terms of use in order to play the War Z. People have been ragging on this game ever since it was announced, many calling it a clone of the DayZ mod. And although they said they've been in development for a few years, many people are saying that's just not possible based on the alpha. Now there is currently an NDA on the alpha, so I can't really talk specifics, but it's making faces against the NDA? Yeah, guess I'll find out. The one thing about this League of Legends terms of use thing isn't so much that they're copying a terms of use. I mean, the majority of most terms of use agreements for games are pretty much the same. It's the fact there was a direct link to the League of Legends terms of use. They couldn't even reword it and put it on a page on their website? Really? That's a little bit lazy. What do you guys think? Moving on, the medieval combat game War of the Roses will be getting its first major update next month. Paradox Interactive's third-person medieval combat game War of the Roses will be getting its first content update this November. The update is set to include new armor, a new helmet, 7 new weapons, and color customization options. Paradox also announced that another update is planned for release sometime this winter that will add 2 new modes and maps to the game. Paradox has said that they plan to release regular updates for War of the Roses, which I suppose, given the fact that its direct competition is Chivalry Medieval Warfare, is probably a good thing. Not that War of the Roses is bad, but it could use a little more. And last up in news today, one of China's major manufacturing companies that happens to make Nintendo's Wii U has come out and stated, yeah, we hire children. Under the age of 16? Absolutely. What? In a recently released statement, the major Chinese manufacturer Foxconn, who is responsible for building Nintendo's Wii U, admitted to using child workers as young as 14 through its student intern program. Shortly after Foxconn admitted to child labor, Nintendo issued a statement saying they are communicating with Foxconn and investigating the issue. The statement went on to say, we take our responsibilities as a global company very seriously and are committed to an ethical policy on sourcing, manufacturing, and labor. I certainly understand that different cultures function differently, but I'm pretty certain that child labor is seen as wrong across the board. I'm sure that Nintendo won't have any issues recovering from this, and I'm certain that they're going to find someone else to make the Wii U. I just wonder though, where are they going to do it? I mean, you could do it here in America if you wanted to double the price of the console. It's not funny, it's true. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's episode of The Force Feed. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you like the content, please be sure to like and favorite this video. Once again, this has been Force, and you've just been force-fed. Frankly, I'm disgusted. Child labor, come on. Billy, what'd I tell you about holding the camera? Hold it straight? Yeah, that's right. Hold it straight. Listen, if you can't do it, I'll find someone else in your 8th grade class who can. Children.